If you're a hunter, there are a lot of reasons to head to South Dakota, from whitetails to turkeys to ducks and geese. But it's the nation's best pheasant hunting that is the state's greatest sporting attraction. And there's no shortage of great lodges across South Dakota, but none surpass the Paul Nelson Farm, located an hour from the capital of Pierre, near the town of Gettysburg, a place where pheasant hunting is celebrated for the grand pastime that it is. For Chris Dorsey, author of the world's greatest wing-shooting destinations, and Steve Smith, acclaimed book author and Wingshooting magazine publisher, there simply is no finer pheasant hunting location.
I've been fortunate enough to travel to some pretty nice places around this planet that really cater to wing shooters. And when you come to Paul Nelson's place, I mean, it's one of those sort of dream destinations where he's looked at every little aspect. His lodge is just this incredibly comfortable place. It's a very warm, welcoming kind of destination. The food is out of this world. It's got a spa here. Of course, you've got a fully stocked bar. It's a great place to entertain clients. It's a great place to maybe get together with friends or family that you haven't seen for a long time. And everything's taken care of. All you have to do is think about having a good time.
One thing we do, we just specialize in pheasants. It was started maybe 13 or so years ago by my mom and dad. We started out with maybe about 6 clients. Now it's kind of just escalated into this. Over the years, you get to know these guys when they're returning every year, and this is their vacation and their destination where they like to come. That's what we're here for, just for you to get away and come out and relax.
Here at Paul Nelson's farm, you'll see clouds and clouds of pheasants. Pheasant is king in South Dakota.
In the early 1980s, I came up here just to hunt pheasants. I had the finest shooting preserve I've ever seen.
Look at that cover. I mean, as far as you can see out here, how many places in South Dakota do you see cover where it just keeps going to the horizon? You know?
10,000 acres here.
Patches. I can tell just by looking at those dogs, they're going to cover some ground.
I think if you want to experience the very best of ringneck pheasant hunting in the world, Paul Nelson Farms is the place to go.
Nice shot.
Pretty. That was a pretty bird. Those dogs work like champs, I tell you.
Oh, yeah.
If pheasants have nightmares, those dogs must be in them. There's no more popular and no more, frankly, versatile hunting dog than a lab. And to watch Thad's dogs out there just vacuum that cover. When you watch a dog like that work, and you train dogs yourself, you know just how much energy and effort it takes to get a dog to that point. I think that bird's down, good deal. That dog's on it already. Good dog.
Drop. Beautiful birds.
Probably more birds in South Dakota hit the ground ahead of Flushing Labradors than maybe everything else put together. Of course, the single most important thing is they're absolutely vital to bring the bird to hand. When you knock a bird down, you need something that's going to go get them.
The extensive habitat restoration done on the 10,000-acre property is a model of land stewardship, a conservation ethic that Paul Nelson has made a part of his way of doing business.
If you said to me, you've got 1 hour to hunt every single day that you're here, the last hour of daylight, that'd be the hour that I take.
You know, it wouldn't be an autumn if you didn't come back to South Dakota, if you didn't, you know, get that last light of the day, that golden light where when the pheasant rises up, it's just glowing. Those are little snapshots as a hunter, as a wing shooter, that you just never forget. I mean, that to me those are the images that you play back in the album of your mind every time you think about coming back to South Dakota, which for me is about every other week.
Steve! Nice! Oh,
for any bird hunter who has thought about heading to South Dakota, but who hasn't yet made the trip, the advice is simple. Go now. Visit the Paul Nelson Farm. The hunting has never been better, and you'll see what we mean.